Alright, so Assassin's Creed Shadows has just received its first major update. It's called Update 1.0.2, and it's a big one. Over 100 fixes and improvements are rolling out across all platforms, addressing everything from traversal and combat to the UI, photo mode, and performance, of course. If you've been exploring AC Shadows or are just getting started, here's everything you should know about what's changed in the latest update. So this update goes live today, and actually it'll probably be already available at the time if you listen to this video. And here's what we're looking at for download sizes. It's about 20 gigs on Xbox, 12 gigs on PS5, and around 16 on PC. So what's actually in the update? Let's start with traversal. So horse auto follow is back, which means you can now activate the Pathfinder system by holding left on the D-pad, and your horse will automatically follow roads to the marked destination. It's a small change, but it makes a big difference when you want to navigate long distances or go for a far across the map journey. And if you ever felt like your horse was sort of crawling through cities because the horse movement in the cities was very slow, the good news is horse speed has been increased in urban areas, so your horse will finally speed up and you can run a bit faster in towns and in cities. Next up is build customization changes, so you can now reset mastery nodes in the skill trees for both Naoe and Yasuke. So this is different than a full mastery reset, so it's not just a skill reset of everything. This option gives you the ability to respec specific nodes, like the Tanto for Naoe or the Samurai node for Yasuke. So if you're trying to perfect your stealth build or shift towards a more brute force build, this will let you test different playstyles and the abilities in each node without being locked into a full reset, which can take a long time to fix. Next up, if you're like me, your inventory has probably been overflowing with gear and resources. It gets a little bit cumbersome, and you could only sell them off one at a time. Now with this update, you can tag and sell or dismantle multiple items at once, whether you're trading at a merchant or you're breaking down gear at the forge. It's a small change, but it makes gear management way less tedious. I pick up so much loot that I was amazed the game didn't launch with a multi-select option, but it's here, so that's very good for us, and now we can sell all of our gear much easier. Next is the investigation board, or the objective board. It's core to the experience. You have to visit this page all the time in the menu, and now you can access it faster than ever. So hold the options button or the start button depending on your controller to go straight to the objective or investigation board. A single press will take you to your inventory like before, and then combined with instant access to the map from the back button, this kind of streamlines the menu so you can access all three of the most important menus as quick as possible. So this will definitely save some time. And I play on PC, but for PS5 Pro users, this title update adds support for PSSR, which will improve visual fidelity even in the balanced mode. And this mode now includes ray-traced specular lighting, which brings it closer in quality to the actual quality mode while still running smoother than before. Just make sure to enable it manually in the video settings after you do the update. And now for the meat of the patch, there's hundreds of under-the-hood improvements that polish the core experience, so I wanted to break them down a little bit. First up is combat and stealth. Double assassinations from Naoe have been improved for smoother execution, and Naoe is now more responsive during stealth encounters. A bug where finishers didn't always kill enemies has been resolved, which was kind of a funny bug, but yeah, you would assassinate somebody and they would just sort of stand right back up. It was really weird, but that's fixed now. And stealth tools like the shinobi bells, which are used to distract enemies, but they didn't really work. They should now function more consistent. Also, destroying alarm bells will now trigger proper NPC investigation, so if a giant bell falls in a castle, somebody will actually come and check it out now, because before they just sort of ignored it. Yasuke's abilities like Dark Burst, Falcon's Eye, and Power Dash have been rebalanced. So you'll no longer one-shot enemies by accident or miss a dash because an enemy was in mid-animation. There's also an exploit where he could block with a Teppo, but that's fixed now. For gear and perks, store-bought outfits now correctly apply across both characters and save files. Perks like Health on Weak Point Attack and Daybreak's Fury have been fixed, so they actually activate properly, and XP rewards now correctly trigger after major milestones. For UI and quality of life, the XP gain overlay have been refined, the icons in the inventory no longer linger after you inspect gear, and engraving visuals no longer show up on incompatible weapons. The switch character option is now properly disabled when it's unavoidable, so it avoids confusion when there's a cutscene and you can sort of see both of the characters you're playing as. It's really strange, but that should be fixed now as well. Performance mode now runs above 30 FPS inside the hideout, so it'll actually feel way smoother. And the building mode feels smoother with fixes to the camera jitter and cursor movement. And a long-standing bug where fast travel to the hideout wouldn't work when you zoomed in is now fixed. For photo mode, because I love to take photos, there was a bug where the Pathfinder line showed up in the screenshots, and that's been removed. Also, photo mode now works even when Ubisoft's online services are unavailable, which was a very frustrating error that I got a lot when I was taking photos, and that should be fixed as well. There are also a whole range of visual and audio polish. I know that for me, the music would randomly stop playing, or the music would start super loud, or it was just all over the place. That should be fixed, and a lot of the different visual bugs and visual pop-ins should be fixed as well. Title Update 1.0.2 is live on all platforms, or at least it will be by the time you watch this, and it's a major step forward for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Whether you're in it for the story, or the combat, or the photography, this patch smooths out the rough edges, and I'm super glad Ubisoft is dropping these updates pretty quickly, as the game was very buggy for me at the beginning. I also wanted to give a huge thank you for the massive response to my last video. I'm going to try and keep up with the Assassin's Creed content, bringing you the latest gear and broken builds if I find anything cool in the future, so please subscribe to Senzu Games for more of this content, but also more gaming content in general. So I plan to make videos and video essays about all kinds of RPGs and all kinds of different topics on this channel, not strictly Assassin's Creed. I hope that's cool with you guys. Like always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.